One of the greatest secrets about the mind is that it is never neutral. At every moment it is either working for you or working against you. It is either lifting you higher or pulling you lower. And what determines that direction is focus. Whatever you focus on expands. Whatever you give your attention to grows stronger. Your mind is like fertile soil. Plant seeds of possibility, and it will bring forth growth, but plant seeds of doubt, and it will grow weeds that choke your potential. The problem is that most people allow their focus to be hijacked by fear, negativity, and distraction. They are not choosing their focus. They are reacting to whatever demands their attention. But the secret is this: when you learn to deliberately direct your focus, you take control of the power that has always been within you. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself replaying past mistakes in your mind, reliving failure over and over again until it feels permanent? That is focus. How many times have you magnified problems until they felt bigger than they really were? That is focus. And how many times have you dismissed your wins, your strengths, your breakthroughs as if they don't matter? That too is focus. The truth is, your mind is giving energy to whatever you feed it, and your life is reflecting that energy. If you focus on what you lack, you will feel lack. If you focus on what you have, you will feel abundance. If you focus on your weakness, you will feel powerless. But if you focus on your strengths, you will feel capable. Nothing magical happens to you from the outside. It's the shift inside your focus that changes everything. But here's the challenge. Your mind is wired to notice the negative more quickly than the positive. This is a survival instinct designed to protect you from danger. But in today's world, where most dangers are not life-threatening, this instinct keeps you locked in cycles of worry, stress, and limitation. You cannot eliminate this tendency, but you can override it. You do this by intentionally redirecting your focus again and again until your mind learns a new habit. That's why gratitude is so powerful. Gratitude is not about ignoring your struggles. It's about shifting your focus. When you choose to notice what is good, what is working, what is possible, your energy changes. Gratitude rewires the mind to see abundance where it once saw scarcity. And that shift creates resilience, confidence, and peace. It doesn't mean your challenges disappear. It means you finally see them with the strength to overcome them. Another way to direct focus is through visualization. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, your brain activates as though it has already experienced that success. This builds familiarity, which reduces fear. The more you see yourself in your mind doing something, the easier it becomes to do it in reality. Athletes use this, leaders use this, innovators use this, and you can too. The mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. So why waste that power replaying your failures when you can invest it in rehearsing your victories? But here's where people often stumble. They think, if I just focus on positive thoughts, everything will instantly change. And when it doesn't happen immediately, they give up. But understand this: the weeds in your mind did not grow overnight, and the seeds of power will not grow overnight either. It takes consistency. It takes patience. It takes a commitment to guard your focus like a treasure, because that is exactly what it is. If you don't guard it, distractions will steal it, fear will hijack it, negativity will poison it. But if you do guard it, if you choose daily to focus on growth, learning, gratitude, possibility, then slowly but surely your mind begins to align with strength instead of weakness, hope instead of despair, courage instead of fear. And when your focus changes, your energy changes. You walk differently, you talk differently, you make decisions differently. You no longer live reacting to life. You live creating life. Opportunities that once seemed invisible begin to appear, because your focus is no longer on what is missing, but on what is possible. And here's the amazing thing: people around you can feel that shift. They are drawn to it. They want to work with you, support you, follow you, because your focus has created a magnetic energy. But there's something deeper. Directing your focus is not just about success in the outer world. It's about peace in the inner world. A restless mind that is constantly focused on what could go wrong can never feel peace. But a disciplined mind that knows how to return to gratitude, to possibility, to strength, will carry peace even in the middle of storms. And isn't that what we truly want? Not just achievements, but the peace to enjoy them. Not just progress, but the calm assurance that we are walking in the right direction. That begins and ends with focus. So I ask you now, what are you focusing on? Are you replaying your mistakes or rehearsing your victories? Are you magnifying your problems or celebrating your progress? Are you dwelling on fear or building on faith? Your mind will always magnify whatever you choose. Choose wisely. Because the secret of the mind is simple, but profound focus is power. And the direction of your focus will determine the direction of your life. And that is why the greatest act of self-mastery is not controlling the outside world. It is controlling the inner world of focus. Because when you win there, you win everywhere. The final secret of mind power is understanding that your thoughts are not just private whispers inside your head. They are the blueprint for your life. Every thought carries energy, and that energy is shaping the way you feel, the way you act, and the way you show up in the world. Too many people underestimate the influence of their inner dialogue. They think thoughts are harmless, but in truth, every repeated thought becomes a belief, and every belief becomes a filter through which you experience life. Your reality is not built from circumstances alone. It is built from the meaning you give those circumstances, and that meaning comes directly from the thoughts you choose to nurture. If you constantly think you are not enough, that belief will seep into everything you do. You'll speak differently. You'll hesitate when opportunity calls, and you'll accept less than what you deserve. Because your mind has been programmed to believe in limitation. On the other hand, when you nurture thoughts of strength, thoughts of growth, thoughts of possibility, you begin to move with a quiet confidence that changes the way you engage with life. People notice it. Doors that seemed locked suddenly begin to open because you are no longer knocking as a beggar. You are entering as someone who knows they belong. This is why guarding your thoughts is one of the highest forms of discipline. You cannot afford to think carelessly. Every thought is like a drop of water, and over time those drops create rivers that carve out the path of your destiny. One negative thought may not destroy you, but repeated negative thoughts will weaken you. One positive thought may not transform you, but repeated positive thoughts will build you. It is never the single thought that changes everything. It is the repetition, the consistency, the pattern of thinking that creates momentum. Your mind, in this way, is both a servant and a master. If you program it with thoughts of fear, doubt, and defeat, it will serve you those outcomes faithfully. But if you program it with thoughts of courage, resilience, and vision, it will serve you those outcomes just as faithfully. The choice has always been yours, but most people never exercise it. They live on autopilot, letting whatever thought drifts and shape their feelings, their decisions, their lives. But you are not most people. You are hearing this now because you are ready to take responsibility for the power within you. It begins with awareness. Pay attention to what your mind is saying to you when you are not even trying. Notice the patterns. Is your inner voice constantly criticizing you, doubting you, belittling you? Or is it encouraging you, guiding you, strengthening you? That voice is not random. It is trained by repetition. And the beauty of it is that you can retrain it. You can take the same mind that has been pulling you down and turn it into the mind that lifts you up. It requires effort, yes, but the reward is freedom. One of the most powerful ways to retrain your mind is through affirmation. Not empty words, but deeply chosen truths that you repeat until your mind accepts them as normal. At first, they may feel unnatural because they go against the old programming. But persistence reshapes the brain. Science has proven that the brain rewires itself through repeated thoughts, a principle known as neuroplasticity. This means you are never stuck with the mind you currently have. You can build a new one by building new patterns of thought. Visualization also plays a role here. When you see yourself in your mind living with strength, achieving your goals, embodying your values, you are creating a mental rehearsal that prepares your brain for the real experience. Over time, your thoughts and your imagination align with your actions, and you begin to embody the life you once only dreamed of. This is why those who understand the power of the mind spend time daily feeding it with images, words, and ideas that align with their vision. They know that thoughts are seeds, and they are careful about what seeds they plant. But let me tell you something important. This is not about living in denial. It's not about pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's about choosing the kind of thoughts that give you power to deal with imperfection. Life will test you. You will face setbacks, disappointments, and challenges. If your thoughts are weak, those challenges will crush you. But if your thoughts are strong, those same challenges will refine you. Your mind will decide whether a difficulty is the end of you or the beginning of your transformation. The real mastery of mind power is not avoiding struggle, but learning how to think in a way that turns struggle into strength. Every time something doesn't go your way, you can choose to think, "This is unfair. I can't handle it." Or you can choose to think, "This is shaping me. This is training me. This is equipping me." The event may be the same, but the outcome will be completely different depending on your thoughts. One thought makes you a victim, the other makes you victorious, and so the secret is not out there. It has always been in here, within your own mind. You don't need someone else to hand you permission to rise. You don't need life to become easy before you step into your power. What you need is the decision to think differently, to guard your thoughts like gold, to invest in them daily with care, with consistency, with patience. Because what you think about, you bring about. And if you want to change your life, you must begin by changing your thoughts. So as you walk forward from this moment, I want you to remember this truth: your mind is the birthplace of your destiny. Every thought is a choice, and every choice is shaping the life you are stepping into. Choose with intention, choose with courage, choose with faith, because your thoughts are not just passing whispers. They are the architects of your future. And the secret of mind power is simply this: when you master your thoughts, you master your life.